What's going on? What's going on? Brutus here, bringing you a successful failure video, as well as not really a war recap, a successful failure video, number 3, I believe. So I'm here at the clan that I found, It Ain't Nobody, on my mini FBO couch. Let's first take a shout out to Ain't Nobody with their perfect war against Polski, sorry. And I was too late to put that up. I'm sorry. And then we hit 3 back-to-back wars that were very, very close, as you can see from the war log. Mean Machine was very good. So was Insane Shadows and Class Mafia as well. So respect out to those clans when we faced them. And great job to everybody at Ain't Nobody with the 16 or 17 war streak going on. So, you know, this video is intended for those people new to the war scene, mid-level ability, you know, getting into it, learning that 3-star ability. And basically we're going to showcase some failures. It's not this one, sorry about that. Some failed attacks, and then talk about why. Like, why did it happen, you know? Okay, so... is this one? No. I think it was... maybe I'm wrong. I'm almost forgetting which one it is. This is the war. Okay. So, if you're looking at the 26, it's because we have a Town Hall 5 in just for numbers at times, and it kept the weight down. And then somebody else, co-leader, Sarah, didn't show up to the war because the timing didn't work out. You know, look at that, Sarah. Way to lead by example. I'm just kidding. She fell asleep, you know, and we got her back. Let's go in. Basically, it comes down to time zones and things like that, right? You gotta be respectful of everyone across the world. So, and we got her back. All right, so let's take a look at this base. Successful failure wasn't. I was aiming for a 3. Let's talk about why it wasn't. The entry I was happy with, Queen Walk. I'm going to get this top left-hand side right here as part of my walk. I put down a wizard and bowler just to get that point defense, as well as these 2 trash buildings. Want a really dominant funnel going on. And I felt it was worth the troop space of basically 10 troop space, a 6 of the bowler and the 4 of the wizard. So I felt like I got a good return on investment on that. 4 healers on my rushed air AQ. She's going to hang a right. Notice that the way that I place my healers, that as she makes the corner, she won't come into contact, the healers won't come into contact with that archer tower, I'm sorry, air defense. I send 1 hog to get what's out of the CC because it's a fresh hit. It's a hound, and it's a max hound, so I definitely want to put a poison down the speed because I'm chasing the clock on a long walk. So puts the poison down, make sure that she's okay. I bring 1 minion for cleanup, but in case it was a hound, I drop the minion because it helps clean up these lava pups that are irritating my queen. And then that did its job. You know, I still have another archer for cleanup as well. So down here I put my 2 golems, and here is the plan as the entry. So 2 golems to take this. Originally I wanted to enter from like this angle, but I wasn't convinced, and I didn't feel comfortable with a corner entry or angle entry with bowlers because they're the main attacking force and I didn't want to take that risk. So I decided to go like this and put a baby dragon down right there because that is out of the range of this air defense, but I totally space on it. You know, I'm making sure I get my funnel going on with my wizards on the side here. If the baby dragon goes down right now, that camp is gone, and my bowlers on the left-hand side will reroute with my giants. My giants are basically to take up the infernals of this, jump on through, and then right there, my bowlers up here, my good portion of them, at least half, are rerouting, and that messed up my entire timing. So my giants get into the core here. They do what they're supposed to. Everything's rerouting nicely. My bowlers on the right, I just abandoned. Put the rage down. The queen I expected to beat through a wall. I'm fine with that. But all this timing of putting the rage down, freezing the back end, you know, I'm really just sticking down to the timing of what I have in my mind, trying to salvage what I can. Hopefully, I'm hoping that my queen will save the day, and she does a little bit. Then finally, my bowlers reroute inward. They take care of all the infernals, which is really what I was aiming for to do. And then I would have had more bowlers up in the core that would have erased these defenses, except for that guy, but he's no threat. I would have had more bowlers up that would have erased more defenses in the core, and then my queen would have came around the outside to clean to back it up. So really, really just don't space on your deployment. Really bad. That's the bad thing that that's the bad stuff that funnel an incorrect or improper or not a useful funnel of your bowlers will do as you lose half your bowlers on one side and the other half on the other. So respectable 88%, but I was aiming for a 3, and it hurt because I was really hoping I was going to get that 3. But all right, so times 4. Don't space on your troops, people. Let's get out of here and let's move down just a little bit to this guy right here. All right, so let's talk about this base. It's not, again, not the hardest base in the world, but this is not Highland War Clan that this video is intended for. So looking at this, just glance at it, and you don't. The only thing that should be glaring out at you is that there is no DGB locations. Period. Zero. Zilch. Hogging. GoHo. The standard cold-blooded GoHo. A shattered GoHo with no bowlers in the CC. That is so overlooked nowadays. Keep it simple. Keep it simple is really what the message is. Looking at this, we have an AQ walk, like Velar attack is what I kind of see. What is the purpose of the walk? What do we intend to get for the walk? What do we intend to get for the Velar? But it ends up being a bowler walk. What do we intend to get for that? How are you... that's the message. Like this queen, given the deployment on the left here, is going to basically take this side, but she's going to run into point. She's going to aggro onto the BK and the CC at the same time while being under fire from a 90 DPS, actually about 160 DPS from this point defense here. So we got a funnel on the left. Basically, does that make sense? Is that the safest, less risk involved attack strategy to bring in here to take down a base that has 0 DGB locations? Down goes down the healers behind the bowlers. They're going to take care of this is what it looks like they're trying to do. And he's trying to wall breaker into here and then jump to the right, I think. Golem comes out. Basically, it's a hot mess. Like, I feel like every troop looking at this, the intention of what it is, it doesn't seem like there was a lot of thought as to what each section would realistically get. So when you're faced with a base like this, don't do attack strategies simply because you see YouTube videos about them. The reason why those attack strategies work is that people have failed a ton and they realize you got to go with the least risk involved attack strategy. So whenever you see a base that doesn't have any DGB locations, keep it simple. 2 golems or 1. Their job is to get the Archer Queen and the CC lure and bring 1 jump. The rest is heals. You don't even need bowlers in the CC. You bring, you just 2-finger drop even. You could 2-finger drop hogs on, like, if you entered from this right side right here and 2-finger drop from the left side here. Look at the pathing that the hogs would take. Maybe a spring between here. Maybe a spring between here. But they would basically go like this. Heal in this section, heal in that section. The reason why things look so easy is that they're done with the least risk involved. So put a little bit more. Don't do the flavor of the month for your attack strategy, or if you're going to, if you want to learn that, they're based upon people that were successful with GoHo already, with even GoWipe. Because GoWipe was the attack to do way back in the day. And it taught you how to funnel. I mean, that's one thing it did. And it taught you how to time your troops. Yeah, so basically, start with the basics, then FC and practice more advanced tactics such as walks and when you should use them. Here's another one. Spoiler alert, it's not a GoHo. And it's a cleanup. Very common, I believe this is a PCB base, or a popular Chinese base. Queen is wrapped around any direction. Basically, I can enter any side and get the CC lure and the queen no matter what. But it's a cleanup. It's a cleanup. There's a DGB in between here, and there's a DGB in between here. Smart thing to do, send the kill squad from right in this angle or something like that. so that you can eliminate this one, get both royals, and the CC. So 2 golems, banging on this wall, banging on that wall. All this stuff on the right-hand side is all uncovered, like this cannon. So I can safely put a wizard right onto this gold mine, all the way out to basically right here. Nothing will hurt my wizards. Just 2 wizards on each side. Very dominant funnel created. Golem on this wall, golem on that wall, and a jump right in this section. You don't even need to wall breaker in. Golems will hang out right in here, taking point defense from anything that really poses a threat, and then just send in the hogs from the right. They'll or from the left rather, and then they'll come down here and they will clip the other double giant bomb at best. Very simple GoHo strategies are overlooked nowadays with everything that we see on YouTube. So what we're going to see is an AQ walk, Vaho attempt. So we put down the queen, 16, not too bad for a walk, but what do we expect to get from the walk? We're going to want her to get everything but that expo, because that she won't reach the expo. The expo also does 90% DPS plus another 75, so she's going down pretty quick, but Tesla pops up, clears the trash on the left side, so we already used the spell. We haven't even got the CC lure out. It's not a good return on investment. 2 golems simply would have done the same thing with no spell investment, with the exception of 1 jump. But you don't have any wall breakers. You're already losing a healer at this point. Now 1 golem goes in, but he reroutes outside and then becomes out of the range of these wizards. Basically loses the tank for his wizards and his funnel because the wall breaker timing wasn't there. Sends in the valkyries in. Puts down a rage, eats through the wall, gets on through. So one of the 2 DGBs will be taken care of at this point. We got a BK that is acting as a cleanup troop, which should be with the core. Sprinkling in the hogs on the right-hand side. It is really asking a lot of your Valks to eat through all these walls. So what can we learn from this? Do this. I challenge you, if you're watching this video, and it's not a knock onto our players, because well, I'll just say it like this. Yeah, we wouldn't be on a where is my clan? We wouldn't be on a 16 war win streak if people weren't good. But there's lessons that can be learned from this. Don't do the flavor of the month, or don't do things just to do them. You have to master the basis, and the basis that I believe basically it's GoWe. I don't want to say go white, but the old school way of GoWe and GoHo, you master that and the purpose of what a funnel brings and what that kill squad is supposed to get that helps your second phase of your attack. If you can master something as simple as a GoHo, which is still very usable and relevant and can be applied to, I want to say 85% of Town Hall 9 bases, even anti-3, it can still be applied to those. If you, and especially at this level of war, you'll see internet bases, I guarantee you that a simple GoHo with no bowlers in the CC will always work for you. Always work for you. Master that first, then start mixing in walks and things like that. Those are considered more advanced tactics. So hopefully those tips were helpful for you. Once again, it's Brutus reminding you, you got to be better than a double, and now we'll check you next time.